Hey everyone, hope you've been doing well. This is something that I want to talk about for August/September video that I'm trying to do where I do like a monthly thing. Anyway, not much new material at work, just keeping on the developer stuff. And I ran into something interesting that I wanted to talk about. Again, whenever I show like examples in the video here, it's always like very simplified. So just to kind of give you a rundown of what I worked on is something like this. I received a data set list of different, I guess, county objects. And then I just have to manipulate it and so that the top output comes out to looking like the bottom output. And obviously it was a little bit more complicated and there's like more data and stuff like that, but something that I noticed about in this work in particular, which is like working with what I would say dictionary manipulation or object manipulation or whatever. So I was thinking about what I should put out for this video, and I realized this reminds me a lot about when I first started learning how to code. I came across this company called Hatchways during my like job search, and it's not a company that it might be like an outsourcing thing, where like they train you and hire you hire you out to a different company. They get like a cut of your pay or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but let me just show you like their website here. So this is Hatchways. If you ever want to go check out what exactly it is, you guys can go ahead to hatchways.io. I'm not like promoting this or anything, just sharing my experience here. And when I first ran into this, I was like, well, I don't have a job, I don't have experience, so let's see what this has to offer. And so they basically allow you to join the company through like a mentoring process or something like that. And one of the things that I had to do is I had to do like an assessment in order for me to actually, let them commit to teaching me or whatever. And that assessment was for a Python backend like task. And I kind of want to go over it because when I first started looking at it or looked at over the assessment like 2-3 years ago, I had no idea how to do it. And let me just show you what the assessment looks like. So I don't have the exact prompt right now, but basically you get a bunch of these CSV outputs as like an example or sample, I mean. And so, for example, you get like a student and you get a student ID with its name, the individual test rubrics of, what course they belong to and how much weight they have per like test. And if I go to the courses, they have like biology, what the teacher is, and then the scores of what the actual student like got on that test. So the output, they give you a sample output of what it should look like, and it looks like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if you look at it, there's like an object, and you have to manipulate into looking like this. And that's what kind of like what my job task entailed. So yeah, I just wanted to do like a review or like my opinion of exactly what this looked like. Anyway, so if I go to sketch2.py here, this is like my draft of what I actually did to output it. And if I were to print it, it looks exactly like this one, which I'm kind of proud of because, like I said, 2+ years ago or whatever I started doing this, I had no idea how to approach this like at all. But anyway, before I dive into my thoughts on it, I just want to kind of do a little code review. Obviously, if you were to look at this, I'll do like a quick breakdown. It's not refactored or optimized in any way, shape, or form. So I just have like the AS means assessment, I think, or assignment. I forgot what it exactly for. I think it's for assessment though. Anyway, so I put the student information in here, and then I'll put like the non-student related course information in here, and then I'll like manipulate in a way where the student, or I go through the marks of the student and I grab the test ID for it, figure out what the course ID is for, what the weight is for it, and then input the weight mark to the actual like final result. And that way I can get like the total average and the course average and just information about the course itself. So that's like this, and you can like pause the video if you really want to look at what I wrote and stuff. I'm not going to go into it because number one, it's horrible. It's not it's very Pythonic. There's like no class, no function organizing everything together. It's just kind of like step by step by step on what I did. So yeah, I opened the students, created the student, I got a course, I filled the tests into the course information, and then after that I like got the marks. For each mark I did like calculations and then figured out what class, or not what class, well, what class and teacher was in it. And I did like a little whole thing and then made it like this. Final verdict on the assessment, like if I knew how to write like basic functions, how to write a class, instantiate, and I don't know, put out dictionary stuff, but like manipulating to this extent, it's very, very complicated. So assessment wise, I'm not exactly sure what they wanted out of, you know, the Hatchways students, I guess. And I'm talking about Hatchways here. But it's pretty advanced. I don't know how other people do it. Maybe they have to have some sort of like prerequisites done, such as going to like at least a 2-year minimum comp sci degree college course thing. Because yeah, no way until you work with at least something a bit simpler than this in terms of data manipulation. I don't know how other people would have done it either. So if you guys ever have done these the Hatchways assessment for Python backend, let me know how that went and what your like experience was at the time, because I would really like to know. But yeah, just kind of like wanted to update and record my progress of, you know, long-term where I got to from not being able to do this at all, just completely stumbled upon or stumped on, to basically finishing it in about an hour or two. It did take me a little while to think about it, and there were a lot of like debugging that I needed to do, but otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this. The moral of the story is like, if I can do it, then you can too. So just a little bit of like motivation for myself and others as well, obviously, and primarily, of course. So yeah, not much else to go on for material wise. Hopefully I have some more in the next video, but hope y'all are having a nice fall season with your life, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.